And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. Here we go. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. And, of course, Steven Adams. This is first game in his new Phoenix Suns uniform.
And speaking of the trade, I spoke to him earlier, and, man, was he excited about getting the opportunity at a fresh start. Yeah, he thinks he'll be able to get them to that next level, and I'm sure that's what their thought process was when they made the deal.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. A baseline J, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. We know about Holmgren's exceptional play defensively, but Tim, talk about his offensive game.
Well, he's incredibly versatile, Kevin. He can score down low. He can handle the basketball, shoots the three, and I'm not talking about standstill shots. He has the mobility to even come off screens.
Now, here's SGA. Just 5 on the clock. A shot from 20 feet away. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. At the teardrop, and Holmgren pulls it down. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
North of the border, he's north of the rim.
Green deciding where to go with it. And he drives in, and it's Green with the jam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he banks in the layup. SGA's got his second bucket tonight.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Wallace a screen. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
There are few players in this league who attack with that kind of skill and tenacity that SGA possesses.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Out to Brooks. Launches it. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. And with the depth of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, Tim, who's an impact player on this roster that might fly a little bit under the radar?
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's Aaron Wiggins. I look at a guy that in any other situation, you might be able to average 15 to 18 points a game, but in Oklahoma City, he has sacrificed shots and minutes to be part of a winning team, and he competes every night.
He does indeed. So it's Phoenix now, after the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
It's taken away by Wallace. SGA on the wing. He's got 6. Here's Coulibaly. Offline with his 3. Now, here's Dunn. And timeout. Now called by Jordan Ott. Our coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you, guys. Coach Mark Daigneault talked about the Thunder's system of player development, and he said, we try to do things that serve both the team and the individual, and then it's easier for guys to commit to it. And if that happens, then you have an environment that can be pretty powerful. Kevin, back to you.
Turning potential into production. Thanks a lot, Allie. Williams can't hit.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumping.
And the jump by Holmgren.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pass to Oubre. They get it back. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. From deep. And Holmgren pulls it down. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Stolen by Brooks. We've got 33 seconds left in the first. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. On the wing, Koulibaly drops in the tray. And this game is tied up now. Brooks outside. And here's Green outside. It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
It's reflected in their assist totals. This is a great start offensively.
It's Dort on the wing and trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And for all the talk, Tim, about Lou Dort's defense, how about his growth as a shooter?
Well, I think he understood to get more minutes, he had to be more consistent as a shooter. The defense has always been there, but the steady improvement has come with his three-point shooting, which makes him now an elite 3-and-D wing. And that's just great body control by Murray. He took the hit, and he plowed right through it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Fleming. Now here's Goodwin. And it's off from three-point range. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Murray down low. And here is Dort. Out left to the wing. To the inside. It's stolen by Reddish. Stolen by Van Vliet. Here's Fleming. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Well, not all turnovers are created equal. Live ball turnovers lead to that.
Outside, Dort sinks the three-pointer. Dort got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
Here's Reddish. And Reddish with the slam.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And the Suns here with a different look. Pass to Malowacz. Here's Goodwin. Three-pointer. Phoenix no good that time either. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. In the corner, Murray with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's the three. And the Thunder another three. Tim, these days, things are changing for modern NBA big men.
Well, there is no doubt when I played, every team had 4 or 5 legitimate post players, and the ball went in to the low post regularly throughout the game. I think now the difference is you have to have versatility in your game. Teams are looking for bigs that can shoot it, handle it, and facilitate.
Valuable pieces for sure.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
And here's Reddish following Jalen Green's 3. To the middle. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
And no doubt, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Reddish. Pick by Williams. Murray for 3. Green with the rebound. Suns trail by 7. .107 left to play in the first half. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Goes up on the wing. And that one hits back iron. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Pass to Dort. Murray outside. Back to Dort. Goodwin with the steal. And stolen by Murray. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Back to Reddish. Now, here's Vanderbilt. Off target with his 3.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
DeJounte Murray has been leading the charge for the Thunder. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. We'll return shortly. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Done outside. Pocket 6. Brooks outside. Puts one up from 19. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Pass to Coulibaly. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Just enough coverage to bother that 3-point attempt.
And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champ. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
It's so difficult to contain Williams. He's using his strength effectively to create that contact inside.
Tim, how in the world did Jalen Williams fall into the Thunder's lap with the 12th pick back in that 2022 draft?
Well, Kevin, he played at a mid-major, so he was a bit of a late bloomer. A lot of people saw him as high floor, low ceiling type, and he was an awful fast riser as the draft got here, but still a steal in that late lottery.
And what a smart pick by that organization, huh? My goodness.
They seem to always get it right.
They do. Here's Coulibaly. Brooks grabs the board. And so Brooks will bring it up for Phoenix. 7-point differential. They kick it out to Green. Hits it from three-point range. Green's got 15 points.
Oh, the corner isn't always Green's spot, but we know he's got the skill to hit from there.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Suns trail by 4. Pass to Malawach. Makes it off the glass. Malawach has got his second basket.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
From downtown, knocks down the 3-ball. And the Thunder lead by 5.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Green. Brooks outside. Done outside. And stolen by Coulibaly. Takes the 3. Nice shot by Wallace. And now it's an 8-point Oklahoma City lead.
Well, I was getting benched if I took that 3 on a break, but not now.
Nice move. And Green with the lay-in. Green's got 17.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The 3-pointer is right on target.
Their third 3-pointer in a row.
Brooks with no one around. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Chet Holmgren talked about how he succeeds in spite of his slender frame. He said, you can't be afraid of contact. I'll continue to use my strengths out there, my length, being slippery, playing hard, and try to get better at my weaknesses, too, throughout my career. That will leave me in a good spot. Back over to you guys.
The sky's the limit for him. Okay, thank you, Alan. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Pass to Malawach. Done outside. Here's Malawach. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Tim, you once led the NBA in three-point percentage, and in my mind's eye, I can see almost every shot. You were terrific shooting the long ball.
Well, Kevin, I don't want to show my age, but do you know, after 4 years of high school and 2 years of college, making 25-foot-2s, I finally had a three-point line going into my junior year, and I'm just glad I had a three-point line for my entire NBA career.
Yeah, it's a tough transition to make to stretch out and go those extra couple feet.
No doubt. I was not ready to make NBA level threes when I first came out of college. A year overseas really helped me gain strength, and finally I found my rhythm in the NBA.
Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Malawach. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Malawach has got 5 points now in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's SGA. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
Pass to O'Neal. Here's Malawach. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Second free throw, no good. The Thunder lead by 3. In the corner, Wallace with it. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Oubre outside. Pass to Malawach. Pulls it from the elbow. That one doesn't go. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Thunder lead by 3. And for 2K Sport,
Phoenix, 42.
and with 3/4 behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And Murray's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. The shot. Pass to Vanderbilt. Murray outside. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. And it's Murray with the jam.
Well, Murray saw an opening to the rim, and he turned on the Jets.
Oubre outside. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Oubre. Here's Fleming. For 3, Van Vliet. Rebound by Williams. Murray with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. Kept alive. Now Coulibaly. And they recover it. Shoots over Van Vliet. Coulibaly, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
The Thunder with the lead. From deep three-point land, the long-distance 3 is buried.
Creating spacing. That's his 3rd three-pointer of the night and his 2nd this half.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So both teams making some changes here. And now Allie Lepore says something for us from the sideline.
Over that last break, I listened to the Suns coach address his team. Coach did everything he could to fire up his team, saying, quote, "This is where every one of you has to dig deep. It's going to come down to who wants it more. Anything to give his team an extra push to close the gap. Guys?"
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Takes a 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Gilgeous Alexander surveying the D. Does not go. The Suns trail it. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Murray. It's deflected. And stolen by Dunn. Here's Malawach. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 goes down. Well, as we move into the 4th, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Outside, SGA. Williams outside. Double team on Williams. Murray did the 3. And here are the Suns now. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Green. Oh, what a play inside.
No fear in the eyes of Green, willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
Cleared away by Brooks.
Well, another 10-cut moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Murray. Williams outside. Outside, Murray. That one's off. Still out of sync.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
He seems like he's moving okay, but clearly something isn't right.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. And Phoenix making a change. Green outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
As this game tightens up, it's even more important to take care of the basketball.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. SGA leaves it in off the window.
You remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
And with the game tight, Green gets even more in that zone and ensures he's delivering what his team needs.
All right, here's Williams. And he does not hit. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some missing.
And no good is the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
It looks like he was a little tight on the line that time. Could have and should have closed it out.
Down he goes for 3.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. That'll be a 5-second call. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And stolen by Dunn. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. So, Tim, you ended your NBA career a little bit early because of knee problems, and at 34, you made the transition to broadcasting and have excelled so much. What has that journey been like?
Well, certainly, Kevin, I wish I could have played another handful of years, but you're right. The knee injury forced me into this line of work, and I'm blessed and grateful because I can stay connected to the game. I get to watch it every night with a front row seat, and hopefully I get to make people a little bit smarter about what they're watching.
Oh, you do, believe me. You definitely do.
And given that Hulu is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time. Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. SGA.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, that's an explosive move right there, and it was perfectly timed.
Nice use of the glass on the finish.
A point-blank range. That is too easy.
Now, Coulibaly. We're in overtime and 90 seconds gone. Here, but it's been a great one so far.
Such a strong young player. Jalen Williams getting it done.
Free throw no good for Williams. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Well, Brooks is always working hard for this team, and here it pays off with a huge basket.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. All right, here's Williams. Just 5 to shoot.
In big moments, you trust Williams to make the biggest plays.
Now Brooks. Green outside. Driving inside. Holmgren rips down the rebound. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up with the Thunder. They've led by as much as 10. Gilgeous-Alexander driving in.
And you just know that Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be the one taking these shots. How clutch.
Green left side. Williams with the steal. And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Big free throws there, extending this to a 2-possession lead.
Thank you, City Crew. Give them a hand, fans.
Here's Green. Shakes him. Smooth move on the jam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ballgame.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
On the wing, Green. So a close game sees Oklahoma.